First one here, bitches.
Look at this dude getting second.
You're third place? You're late, but that's okay, there's still room. Smile.
Oh, good day. Good day. Oh, good day.
Tourists.
Boop. Oh, goodness. I gotta fix that. But, hang on. Let me. This is not helping me. Oh, fuck. Well, shit. Well, that just kind of fucked with everything. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. We're good. We're here. We're doing this. So, hi everybody. Sorry I've been kind of absent for a little bit. Been dealing with some stuff. But thank y'all so much for coming this evening. Hi Ceresa for being here. Wiccan for the first, Glow for the second. Jonah with the third. Let me give some shout outs.
Oh shit, shit.
Vital signs critical.
Oh! Damn it.
Vital signs
Uh,
0.
Fuck.
and then
Damn it.
all right, and then there's one for Ceresa.
Did you get the one in the garage, Onyx? I got you, but well, your perk. Oh, hi. I see you. What? Oh, she's chasing somebody. I think she's chasing Boone. That's the one thing I like about the faster sprint. I see you staring at me, woman.
All right, and then there's one for Glow. And Lebo. It's been a while since you played that game, I've noticed. But then there's one for Tango.
It's like a work of art.
Oh, back when I was playing Hellblade 1. It's still such a good game. I don't know why it's lagging now.
Every rolling cloud.
Why is it lagging now?
A moving picture.
Hmm. Haha, I won't see it.
And I couldn't see jack shit in mine anyway. For some reason, I guess the browser source become damaged or something because it's not playing a clip at all. So,
Let's refresh that. Just it's being weird. It did fine with all the other ones. Like, it decided that it was like, it's gonna be fucking weird. There we go. It's doing fine just now. It's weird. But for anybody that is here and has not followed Trip and Tango, please do that, or just go and give a view, because he's this close, and I mean this close to getting his affiliate. So he needs some love to get that affiliate. He's so fucking close.
because it automatically generates in there, man. I don't know why.
So let's get everybody in here and start this bullshit.
Well, it's not. None of y'all's are react. It's so That's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna drop back from Discord and then come back in. It may be on my side.
Yeah, since
Gotcha.
he probably moved those have a tendency to not work.
There it goes.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I was about to say that, or what
Better?
I was saying is that sometimes when it comes to Discord and the reactive, it acts really stupid if you sit there and drag yourself from one voice channel to another. It's weird.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move
And
that
also that
over.
clip from my channel when you shouted me out, I was muted on that fucking clip. And I
Even
hate
more
that
reason to
part.
shout that clip out.
Are you talking about the one where you sat there and did the sniper shot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's fucking moment
Alright.
to be muted?
Anything else we got to handle before we start?
Not that I
I
know
I
of,
think we're
sir.
good.
I need to get up and get some water, because especially if I'm gonna be hydrated at all this evening. So
I
I'm
have
just gonna do a quick
agua.
recap to let everybody know what's been going on.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
All right. So, last night we did not stream. Unfortunately, we had some other extenuating circumstances at large, but as a group, we still came together and worked out some details about some extra gear and stuff. Because last session we had, Pravasi had lost all of her gear except for her magic weapons. Unfortunately, she was unable to get her magic armor back, so she's got some new stuff, some new digs, even got herself some new weapons. And where we last left off, you all were in the middle of getting a new crew and getting things prepared for your ship. And you all had just managed to pick up, like, what was it, 16 new crew members, if I remember right?
Something like that.
I know it was I know it was pretty substantial.
Because they wanted to
Yeah,
see
you got
freaking
yourself a large
Saf
crew now.
stripped down naked.
That's right. Saf had stripped down naked to get everybody's attention. Worked like a charm.
It did.
I mean, who else isn't gonna want to be drawn toward a completely butt naked dragonborn that's spinning their titties around like a goddamn stripper?
I
This
thought,
is true though.
Ah,
Wigan, I thought that you were going to
yeah.
get water.
I was
Go get the
going to,
hydration.
yes.
Thank you, Atomic.
Hey, Atomic.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll give
Hey,
you a shout. I'll give Atomic a shout out
Yeah.
real quick.
I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
But you all had managed to take out Charlemagne and even destroyed all of the Avernus with the help of the Fey King. Now, since then, you all haven't had much of
The choice to be a nasty pig,
chillaxing, maybe partying
a nasty
a bit,
pig or a hot dog bitch.
But starting this session, we're going to begin with everybody getting back to the ship after getting all their stuff and doing their shopping. You'll even have your new engineer working with Ludo down in, or I'm sorry, not Ludo, Raph, because Ludo's
Crap,
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Her name is
Ludo's
Kylie.
dead.
Ludo's dead.
Yeah, Ludo died. Unfortunately, several crew members died, and word has gotten around. So your new crew members are a little, apprehensive now that they've gotten there and realized that, oh, this is the crew that we heard about. Oh no, like didn't like half y'all get wiped out?
It
All right,
wasn't our
now-
fault. It wasn't our fault, okay?
It wasn't our fault.
Blame the Aarakocra. Or whatever the fuck you want to, the bird brain.
Eric Cocker.
Aarakocra. Whatever
Yeah,
the
well-
fuck.
He's dead and gone now.
I know, but it was like, if you want to blame any, blame that dude.
Blame him.
So, you all get to the ship, and you see Cluse is in the cargo ramp, loading up a bunch of the gear that they've picked up as well, new munitions, other supplies that y'all will need on the trip that you guys are going to be taking to. Honestly, you guys don't know where to go now. You all are kind of like, we don't know what to do next. We know bad guys got chance of going through with his plans, especially since you don't know where to find him or even how to stop him at this point. So the looming danger you guys have above you currently is the fact that the gods, some of them have let you know that they're getting ready to just start wiping all of existence off the board at this point and trying to start fresh because there are some mortals who've gotten a little too big for their britches and want to take the power of gods for themselves, which
Okay,
Unfortunately,
sorry,
Big
I'm
no
back.
no.
Yeah, he's just going
And-
over everything.
I know, and I was just saying I'm back.
While y'all are on the ship, getting ready, y'all are wandering around, checking things out, and you have a few people down at the pier who are arguing with Cluse as he's loading things up onto the cargo ramp. He's strictly saying, like, look, I don't know if we're taking any passengers. Please, I understand you all would like to get out of this place, but I am not the captain here. We have several captains, and oh, hey, look, here they are. And he sees you guys coming down the pier. He goes, these are the captains. Deal with them. And he goes, turns around, starts messing around with the cargo, and starts getting things ready to move up the ramp with some of the other crew members.
Hold on,
And before all,
can I?
What?
I need to leave Discord really quick and come back. It's giving me the same issue. Hold on 1 second.
okay,
Okay.
now
They have the magical
you got about
vibrators
half a
over here.
dozen people. You got about half a dozen people all sitting down at the end of the ramp, all asking for safe passage away from Azimus, and they feel like they would be protected on your ship, especially when they're trying to get to the other continent you all came from to begin with. So it's kind of up to you guys if you wish to take any passengers. They're offering pay. They are willing to pay you for passage.
Not sure that'd be such a good idea.
I concur. I think that it would probably not be the safest thing since we kind of do have some people that are after us.
That part.
One larger gentleman, big old handlebar mustache and mutton chops. Hair's coming back very nicely, wearing very regal clothes. This guy's hands on the inside of his jacket as he kind of approaches you, looking down upon you, Solara. And he goes, I dare say, not a good idea. What kind of bunch do you take us for? We have money and we have coin, and we all of a really gentle sort, and we wish for
Unless
safe
you're
passage.
willing to bet your life on this, considering the people that are after us, I suggest it would be better you stay here. Do not look down upon me. The threat that we have faced is very, very much the threat who also caused the same problem, and we had to help get rid of it. When your whole town was overrun by undead.
May I pose an alternate to this particular scenario?
Sure.
Perhaps, even if we are being chased, perhaps we could still offer them passage knowing full well, as long as they understand the risk. And if they are willing to assist in any way, shape, or form, the passage could be given to them for free. As long as they understand the risks, of course.
Well, this very
These
large
people
gentleman
just
who's
want to
looking down
scatter
upon a couple of
away.
you, he has a very Gimli-like attitude about it. He's like, so you're telling me? Chance of certain death? Enemies at the door? Very likely we will be attacked by some odd nonsense along the way. I feel it is worth the risk rather than staying in this cursed city. I'll watch half of my staff, his word for servants, half of my staff be turned into such creatures that turned on the rest of them and killed the rest. My whole courtyard is just a bloody mess, and I dare say I will not be the one to clean it up. And because there's no other servants, staff members in my area currently who will be willing to service my property, I must be moving. And you notice you realize, like, a little further down the pier, there's a cart with a lot of trunks and boxes and other things on it. Obviously his belongings that he wishes to take with.
Yeah.
And he's like, now I will not be turned down. And he pulls out a big old pouch of money. And he shakes it in front of you and he goes, I plan on paying high dollar for my travel across the seas, and I will not be scared away by some illusion of danger. So he's obviously passing
illusion.
for the persuasion.
I mean, look at what he's got right there. I mean, he understands there's a risk. He's willing to travel, and he's willing to pay still.
He understands.
Okay, quick thing. Wiccan or Glow, could one of y'all change Jonan's name? It still says Jonan instead of Tao.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
Oh, okay.
Or I don't know how to.
You're fine.
You would right-click on their name, or right-click on them, and then it says change nickname.
I did, and it didn't change it.
Really?
Yeah.
You even hit save afterward? That
Yeah.
Still didn't. Huh. That's weird. Well, it's corrected, so
Yeah, it's weird, but whatever.
your
Oh,
cell
mine's
says Allie.
why?
So.
Oh, I wonder if. Hang on.
Says
Well,
Talon now, so
all the same. We
Okay.
can just worry about that. It's
Yeah.
just take care of it if needs be. But honestly, like I said, on my side, on my screen, I don't see his name up at all. I don't see any of your names up on.
Yeah,
on my
it's just
side when
because I
we're
have it
doing
on the right hand side of my screen, and all of our names
I
are
see.
there. So
yeah, same.
Now, so he is willing to come aboard. Three of them begin kind of like putting their heads down and walking away, and they're like, "Yeah, no, to hell with this." One guy in particular is like, he's like, "Starting to sound like that ship's more cursed than our town. If fuck this, I'm going back."
I would take your
The two of the other people that
advice.
are there, two of the other people there, you can tell they are not rich folk. In fact, they are what you would probably classify as most likely homeless at this point. There's a man and a woman who apparently seem to be a couple.
Yeah.
And the man looks up at you all with pity in his eyes, and just you can tell they've lost everything. And he proceeds to explain. He's like, "We were barely scraping by, and I don't think we can rebuild. There was a lot of commotion some nights back, and when all that terrible mess happened, and I couldn't see what happened, but there was two people came blowing through the walls of my home, which happened to be the structural walls, and the rest of my home came crashing down. Me and my wife barely escaped with our lives. We have nothing left. Everything was in our home, and there's nothing left to collect." He's talking about Atticus and
yeah,
and
Atticus
Drew
and
bashing through
Drew.
their home during their fight. There was some collateral damage there. Like, we
Well,
don't
for
have
them
anywhere else to
especially,
go.
I'm willing
And
to
we
cover
can't
their.
offer you any money.
I will. I'll take it from my own expenses to compensate for the damages.
Like, trust me, we'll stay out of your hair, and we'll do what we can to help out if needs be. We'll clean the decks or whatever small jobs you might wish to offer us, but we know nothing of handling a ship of this kind of magnitude. But if it's fine by you, we do have some things that we might be able to help out with throughout the ship. And they pull out a couple of glowy crystals from a bag that they have. And they go, "This isn't much, but this is some of my father's life work. He used to be a great enchanter of sorts, and in these crystals, he's bestowed a vast amount of magical power. I know not of how to use them, but I feel they could be of possible use to the rest of you here." And he kind of looks at you all over there, kind of standing about.
Right.
Anybody want to roll investigation or insight on him? Especially our cleric or our. Well, I guess Dingus isn't here yet.
I mean, I'll what do I roll for it?
Well, it's gonna be more of an Arcana check, actually.
Arcana? Okay.
Yeah, it's actually gonna be an Arcana check.
Okay. I'm gonna roll this, cause
when it says I have advantage on Arcana, what does that mean again?
You get to roll 2 dice and take the higher roll.
Okay. So I may roll it. Okay.
Well, I gotta
D20,
find my character
right?
sheet.
Yeah.
2, yeah, you get to roll 2 of them.
You
I'm
get to
Take
roll
the
sorry.
higher roll.
It's 2d20. She said.
Yeah. If you
If you have
if
advantage.
she has advantage.
Oh, gotcha.
I
So
rolled
I'm
two
only doing one.
19s.
Oh my gosh.
Plus an 8.
Okay,
So
very
I
good.
got
Wait.
I got a 21.
Wait, did no one roll their?
We didn't
There's
roll stupid checks. Hang on. We're not gonna take.
I rolled a 19 myself.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, 19 plus 5 actually, because it's the holiday, the week of the holiday.
All right.
So,
What holiday?
Veterans Day.
So it's the week.
Yeah, but that was days ago. That was.
But it's
That's the
but it
week
says
of the
week of
holiday.
the holiday.
Oh.
Plus 5.
Oh
now
my
you're just
gosh.
pushing the rules.
That's bullshit.
Ooh. Oh. I get a +2 to my rolls
Okay,
today.
so I have a 12.
Atticus, you're still only getting a +2 because you didn't roll a 20. I'm sorry, but you rolled a 19. Just because
I
you
get
got a
a
24.
I get a -1 on my rolls.
So
So
if I rolled
all right.
2 19s,
I got
if I
a
rolled
9.
19
I got an 8.
plus 8, and do I
I
get
got
a
a
plus
9
1
for
to
my
that?
pick.
I'll take the
Okay.
+2. That's
Yeah,
Do,
you got a +1.
So
no, I
got a
got
plus one?
+2.
I'm trying to
So-
figure out
19.
what mine is.
so
No,
I
Travasi
got
has.
Okay.
so when it comes to my Arcana check, I have a because
I have a -1.
that's 18 plus 10, that's 28, then plus 6 because that's I have proficiency in Arcana. So 28, 29, 30,
Oh my
31, 32,
God.
33, 34.
Okay. And then I got a 19 plus an 8 plus a 1, so that would be 28.
Okay. Is everyone to be rolling this, or just?
I would say
Well, it
those
was
that
really
are
more for the
proficient.
magic people.
Yeah.
But if
no,
you
I
got
rolled
proficiency Arcana, then you can roll for it.
I have a what's
But-
+5 for
Yeah.
Arcana.
I would say, I mean, it for those of us that are proficient in Arcana, I would say just leave it to us. So, yeah.
I'm not rolling. I was rolling my stupid check.
Yeah, I rolled for
Well,
my
For those of you that were rolling your Arcana check, if you got a 20 or higher,
yeah,
you
my
recognize
34.
these stones as having souls stored inside them.
Oh.
Souls of what, you're not quite sure, but these soul gems can actually be used to power certain magical objects or machines, as it were.
Interesting.
Okay.
Oh, so we could technically use it to power the weaponry?
There's a thought.
That's a good thought.
Could That's not a bad idea. You might want to talk with your engineers about that and see what they might
Yeah.
have to say about it.
All
I'd say
right,
that
you.
those two
I would
come
say
aboard.
you guys hold on a moment. I'm gonna go talk to our engineers. So I go down to where, would they still be in
Well,
the
you don't
engine
have
room?
to actually go far. You actually don't have to go far because Kylie is actually sitting inside the cargo bay in a small chair with a little umbrella, kind of twirling it around. And she sees you walking up and sees the crystals in your hand, and she goes, "Oh, wait a minute! Wait, is that a soul stone?
Uh,
Hey, bring it here! Bring it here! Let me see."
all
You see her
right.
face light up with glee as you get closer with it. She stands up and comes over to you with her hand out, and you give it to her.
Sure. Give her one of them.
So she takes it and looks at it and kind of holds it up to her eye, up to the sun, so she can kind of try to see if any light comes through it. And she goes, "That is some fantastic work. I've not seen too many of these in my time, but I do know that they hold quite a bit of power. Yeah, and do you think we could possibly use them for the ship? That sounds like a fantastic idea. I'll have to get with Raph on and see if we'll have to make some changes, but
Yeah,
I
I
think we
was
can
I
actually
was
use
wanting
these.
to ask y'all if these could be used to power the weaponry of the ship, since we have been using them to we've been using Atticus and Asmodeal to power the weaponry when we've been under attack. Can these be used for that?
I was going
I
to say
might
we may
actually
want
be
to
able to
pause for a
do a
moment
good deal
because
more than that.
Flo just got raided.
Yeah.
So
It's fine. I can check.
okay.
And
I just didn't want you
so
to
she
miss
says, I
anything
actually might be able to do
if
even
happens.
more with that. She's like, but we'll need time. But we may need to get a few more things in town before we leave. We're not departing anytime soon, are we?
We haven't even a destination in mind yet.
Yeah, we haven't decided where to go just yet. So no. What exactly do you need?
And she drops her umbrella down on the ground and throws her hands up and starts kind of running down the ramp. And she goes, "To the blacksmith!" and starts running down the pier. Does anybody want to take off with her, or
I'll
are you just gonna
follow
let
her.
go?
I'll try and deal with things here because I don't think we want to have everybody who's been lining up to try and get on our ship right now. And it looks like
Well,
we
the other
have
ones have
quite
left.
a few
So,
I was say it's only the
The only ones who
two
haven't left
homeless,
is
the two homeless,
two
and the guy with the
homeless and the
mustache.
homeless.
I'll stay at the ship, make sure nobody gets on the ship without permission.
I think
Alright,
that
so
two
while you
homeless
two are chasing
people who
off
gave
after
us that
Kylie-
ours should be allowed, though. I still don't have an.
Yeah,
I
so-
still don't trust Pompous asshole.
Yeah, I don't trust him either.
Well, so as you two are chasing off after Kylie down the pier, the larger gentleman who's trying to push his own cart is having some trouble, and you can see Cluse looking down over at him, looking like he's about to take pity on him. He looks over at you, Atticus, and goes, "Should I help him?"
Absolutely. Go and assist.
Sir,
I, Captain. He walks over and he starts giving the cart a push and helping him up. And he goes, "Oh, I dare say, good boy, thank you." And they start pushing and pushing and trying to get it a little further down. As they get to the ramp, he's like, "Okay, we might need a couple more people to help us push it up the ramp. You there?" He points at you, Atticus. Could you lend us those fine muscles of yours, there, sir?
Atticus.
I thought you'd never ask. And I get behind the cart with one hand and just
Why are you
start pushing
helping?
it. Why not?
And he goes, "That's the ticket. Put your backs into it, boys." And he starts pushing and pushing. You guys get it up and finally get it stopped up there.
Clearly does
And
not
he goes,
understand the danger.
"You're not there. You left, remember?"
I didn't run off. I was still there.
I thought you said you were going with
No.
with Thala.
No.
Oh, so Thala's going by herself with Kylie then?
Yeah. I was the only one that said I was going.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. I thought Solar said she was going too. My bad. Well, okay.
No, I stayed at the ship because I don't trust the guy.
Yeah, I don't trust
I
him
don't
either.
mind the two homeless people coming on, but him,
Yeah.
I had specifically said I do not trust him to come aboard.
Yeah.
Well, that's why. Why do you think I'm staying close to him then?
So as soon as you guys get the cart stopped, he leans down and sits down at the end of the cart, pulls out a little handkerchief and starts batting all the sweat off his head, and he's breathing kind of heavy and goes, "I dare say, that was a little harder work than I thought it was going to be. But anyways, let me introduce myself." He stands back up again and takes a very formal-looking stance. He goes, "My name is Bartholomew Winslow Durand II. And I dare say I have never quite bestowed a sight quite as your ship here before me. But I will require one of your best rooms and the best meals you can offer for the money I'm about to give you." He drops this fat sack of money right in your hands, Atticus. And you can tell it's very hefty. There's probably several thousand gold in this pouch. And he goes, "That should more than cover my fare to the other lands. So, if you could please, I'll be ready to take my leave to my room." And he looks over at Cluse and he goes, "Yeah, my dear boy, just bring my bags to my room. Those ones right there at the front. Thank you." And he
Can I
starts
say
walking
something
away.
to him really quick?
Sure can.
Sir, we are not your servants. And secondly, if this is all of your shit, you can do it yourself.
Ow.
Don't
He's just like
take
he's like taken aback by it.
assumption that you're going to just strut on in here and think you own the place. That is not how
fact-
this works.
We own this place. This ship is ours. The only
So-
only people making commands of anyone will be us.
So if you wouldn't mind your fucking business and go elsewhere.
All right. Stravasi, I love your energy, but we don't need to be that hostile.
Dude,
I had already said you
not
didn't want him aboard.
on my right side. And if he's gonna get in my way, there's gonna be an issue.
Khan comes walking out with a little checklist sheet in front of him as he's going over some of the cargo manifests and sees what's going on. And he's like, "Oh, shit. Yes, hi there. Mr. Durant, how are you today? It's good to see you again." And he goes, "Finally a person here that I recognized. Khan, where is the real captain? Where is Captain Parthon? I wish to speak to him directly.
He left
This
it.
ragtag bunch you have let..." "That can't be right, Khan. Tell these people to get off your ship. This is
great sir.
ridiculous, having this ragtag bunch running things." And he looks at him and goes, "No, that's the truth. Captain Parthon left the ship to them yesterday."
And I just smile really big.
You can't. That can't be. You can't just give up a ship of the Royal Navy. And he goes,
Sir.
"Well, that's the thing. Is you have to understand is that this was our ship first. before we became part of the Royal Navy, we can do whatever we wish to it. And frankly, they've earned it. Now, if you do really must have somebody carry your bags for you, sir, as a favor to your family for the things you've done for us in the past, I will be more than happy to oblige. And he walks over and grabs his bags and goes, "Now let me show you to your room," and starts ushering him away.
He's going to be trouble,
Clues.
and I knew it.
Same.
After he leaves and out of earshot, you hear Clues kind of mumble under his breath about him being a rich asshole. And he looks over at you and he's like, "Well, you have to understand, the Durand family has been here for quite some time, and actually they have done quite a bit in the ways of funding our voyages in the past. And if it wasn't for them, we would have never joined the Royal Navy without his backing. As much of a pompous prick as he might be, he is actually a decent fellow."
Does he even understand
Can
how
I
much
say-
danger he's putting himself in?
Probably not, but honestly, he'll stay out of the way. He's probably just going to sit around eating and lounging about until we get to where he wants to go.
All
And
right.
from there, he'll be out of our hair and you don't have to worry about him again.
All right.
Karn,
I'll go help the other two homeless people up since they gave us something so nice and invite them
Karn,
aboard.
if he gets in my way, I'm punching him.
Well, Khan's already out of earshot. He's already walked away, taking
Oh,
him to one
I
of
thought that was him
the
talking.
passenger rooms. No, it was Clues.
Brain.
Khan's the one that took off with him. So, Clues begins strapping down some of the larger crates and then starts talking to a couple of the other new crew members are coming around, giving them orders about stuff being moved to the requisitions storage room. And he looks over at the rest of them. He goes, "Now, if I do say, I'm a little worried about the upcoming days, but it doesn't change my opinion of you as my captains. It'd be a little weird trying to take orders from any one of you in particular, but do understand this: we've all got your back. Every one of us is ready to do what needs to be done in order to protect the rest of the realm from what's to come. But if anything at all arises, and we must sacrifice ourselves for the betterment of this realm, we will do so, with no hesitation." And he cracks open one of the chests next to him after he says that, and inside you see a bunch of firearms, several different firearms. And he starts calling the crew up and starts handing them out to everybody. He starts passing them out, and he goes, "And we're also willing to defend this ship with our very lives if needs be. That's why from here on out, every one of us is going to be armed on and off of the ship from here on out. Those are my orders as the requisition officer."
Understood.
Understood.
Judy comes up and he's like, "Captains, now, I understand we need to go somewhere, but does anybody know where we're going yet? Like, I'm on the lookout, and I'm kind of getting a little stir crazy here. What do I do? Give me orders, do something."
To be completely honest, Tootie, we haven't the slightest clue as to where we're going first. We didn't get any clues
hear a
as to
voice
what's
call
going
out
on or
from the
where
pier.
we're going.
But as you're talking, you hear a voice call out from the pier. He goes, "The City of Judgment." And you look over and you see Zyron walking down the pier. His big, clean, shining armor, big old grin on his face. He goes, "That is our next destination.
Really?
And it's not going to be an easy one."
Zyron.
We are going
He goes,
to
"Likewise."
the City of Judgment.
Yes, very much so. You're familiar with it.
I have not been there in nearly 50 years.
Oh, you've actually been there. It's quite a
Yes,
quite
it
a
was part
claim
of
for a
my
mortal, seeing as it's the city of the dead.
yes, it was part of my treks to do with my my training around my praises toward God Kelemvor.
Ah, you worship Kelemvor. Oh, so then yes, it would make sense that you've been able to be graced by his presence and seen the wonderful city of his. I mean, if you can consider it wonderful, but I guess everything's a matter of perception these days. So, I would like to ask you this. Have you ever opened a portal?
My master did. I never did get around to learning uh, that particular spell.
Well, today we might just have to do that. And he's like, but don't worry, that is to come. He starts walking up the ramp. Now, where can I bunk? I will be traveling with you.
If we have any rooms, decent rooms left, you may lay claim to one that hasn't been claimed. So,
As he kind of gestures at his side, he's like, yes, it would be rather nice to have my own bed, but if one of your bunks in the cruise area is big enough for me, then I will gladly take that as well.
I helped the two people that were from earlier that gave us those, I think, soul stones as it was proclaimed. I'm going to help them get on board too, since they actually did do something decent and gave us those, so I'll allow them on as well.
So while you are going about getting everybody situated, getting everything ready, we're going to jump over to Thala and Kylie, who are currently running to get to a blacksmith.
Yes.
And so you approach this blacksmith, who's currently outside working at his working on his anvil and his forge, whacking away at some metal on top of the anvil. And Kylie comes up to him and she goes, "Mr. Blacksmith, Mr. Blacksmith," and he goes, "Mr. Blacksmith, really? You know, I have a name. You don't have to call me by my title or my job. You know that, right?" She's like, "Well, I don't know your name, but I'm not from this area, but I need your help with something. You see our ship that docked out in the pier, the big one?" He goes, "Yes, I'm familiar with it. I helped design some of its engines mechanics." She goes, "Ah, perfect. We need something that can help channel these." And she pulls up one of the soul stones. "Would you by any chance have any idea on how to do that?" He pulls a crystal out of her hand, holds it in his, looks around at it for a moment. "Yeah, I think I might actually have just the thing for it, but I don't think you'll be able to carry it. Come with me." He walks into the shop, and you see that he's actually got a very large, what appears to be a metallic chamber. He goes, "This right here would probably do well. As long as it's got a power source, such as these crystals inside, you could actually use this to power up the rest of your ship. It's a matter of just transporting it over there. I myself am, well, I sell the products. I don't transport them. You understand. And if you wish to have it, it's gonna be pretty expensive piece, but I'd be more than happy to sell it to you. Let's say 2,000 gold." Kind of gestures his hand out a little bit, like, "Give me the money."
Sala.
Sorry,
And he's like, "Well, I don't have the money. Do you have the money? I didn't think about that."
I should have enough. What exactly something like this will it cost?
2,000.
About 2,000 gold is all I'm asking. I think that's a very fair price for my craftsmanship. I guarantee you won't find anything else like this in town.
I may have something that is worth of that value. And so I go into my bag of holding where, as stated before, there was a ton of different gemstones and such.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you reach in there and you see vast amounts of wealth.
And
So you try to pay him in the gold, or you try to toss him some of the gems you've got? It's up to you, really.
Do I have the gold in there? But I'm like, it was just previously saying that there was just gemstones.
There's gold, there's gems, there's all sorts of it, all sorts of things.
Shit. It's almost like this would belong to a group of adventurers who had just got done raiding a dragon's trove.
Oh.
We didn't steal something from Vox Machina, did we?
No.
I really don't want them on our tail.
No. Asmodeus, I remember at the beginning when we first started opening and he found all the gems, he's like, "I think we got bags from a thieves guild."
Yeah. But I'll reach in there and just pull out the amount that's needed out of gold and mixture of gold and gems.
All right, so you start spilling it out down on the table in front of him, and he goes, "Well, my lady, well, for something quite of this nature, I think you could even afford yourself a transportation spell if you wish. And I just so happen to have one. He pulls up a little scroll and hands it over to you with a little wink in his eye.
Oh,
It's like,
That's-
normally I squeeze for an extra 1,000 gold for one of these for something like this, but I think this will do just fine.
Well, thank you very much, my good sir. So,
There you go. Just follow the instructions and it's all yours. Just make sure you don't forget where it's going. He kind of giggles and walks away and goes back to his work out of his forge. Kylie looks over at you and she goes, all right, well, let's get to work. This thing's not going to move itself, right? And she's like, well, what does the scroll say? You open it up and you start seeing the instructions about putting the circle, drawing a circle on the ground around it and chanting some words and making sure that you have the area in mind of which to be at. She's like, I know exactly where to be at. I'll be the one to do that part. Now, let's do this, okay? So we're going to go ahead and roll a d20 real quick.
Oh God.
I am or she is?
Yeah, you are.
Oh no.
oh no.
I'm scared.
You can do it.
What am
just
I
talk
rolling
nice.
for?
Just,
You're just rolling.
I'm scared.
just rolling a straight d20. Oh God.
Well, it's called
Oh my
performance. It's called
god!
performance.
What did you
A nat
do?
20?
Nat 20!
He rolled a nat 20, of course.
Dead serious. That is a nat 20.
I can't.
That's like that day
So
when I
not
did
only-
Stanley voice and I rolled a nat
Fuck
20.
yeah.
So not only did you manage to transport it, but it transported you two as well with it back to the ship. And there you are sitting inside the engineer's bay, and you are sitting in the exact same spot that she intended it to be in, down in the engineer's compartment. Raph is shocked to see you all just appear out of nowhere, drops his drink on the ground and everything, and he's just like, "Oh bloody hell! What's going on here? What is this? What is this contraption here? What have you brought aboard our ship?" He's like, "Kylie, look, I understand you want to work here as an engineer, but you gotta at least talk to me before you start doing crazy stuff like this." And she interrupts him and shows them the soul stone and points at it. And he goes, "Is that it? Is that it? Wait. Okay. All right. I'll shut up. I'll shut up." So he starts looking it over and he goes, "Yes, I think this could do just fine, but hold on. We're gonna have to reconnect a few things here." He starts looking around.
Oh, I am
a
so
lot of the
sorry.
wires and other things hanging around. What?
You.
I am so sorry.
What?
I clicked on the wrong fucking sound.
You played the wrong sound?
I should say, I should emphasize the fact that I said the wrong fucking sound, because that's exactly what it was. I am terribly sorry.
You did not.
It was an accident. It was an accident. I am
It's
terribly
not
sorry.
my stream.
What?
Did what? What happened? What's going on?
You know when in Vox Machina where
my
like
God.
Scanlan's talking about the weirdest kill that he's ever had, and it's the girl that sits there and splits and everything, and they're having sex. It's that whole moaning scene, and so that was all in my ears. And Wicked did it.
Oh no!
I'm
Oh, that's
sorry.
terrible, Wick.
Fucking
Why did
sound.
you do that?
I didn't do it on purpose.
Oh.
It was an accident.
The wrong sound. He played the wrong fucking sound.
Yes,
Wrong
I did.
fucking
I'm
sound.
sorry. Oh, my balls.
That was you earlier today.
Well, all the same.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Kylie and Raph, they get
Okay,
they
let's
get
continue.
into fixing everything up and connecting everything, and they say by the end of the day they should have it working just fine. In fact, this thing is going to generate so much power with these stones, they might even be able to cast a magic shield around the ship, even to help
Woohoo!
protect it through all manner of environments and attacks.
That'll be useful.
Mm-hmm.
Zyron pokes down for a minute because he hears the commotion. He comes on down and he's looking at it, and he overhears them talking about the contraption and what it's capable of doing, and he goes, "Could this by chance channel energy in other manners besides just to the engines and the weapons and the shield?" Raph looks up at him and he's like, "What did you have in mind?" He's like, "Well, we have somewhere we need to go. There's something in particular we need to get, but it's in a different realm entirely. And to go there, it's going to require a vast amount of power. I mean, me and the cleric and the other paladin, we might be more than capable of handling ourselves here. But ultimately, I feel like this could be exactly what we need. Between the three of us and this, we should have no problem getting us and the ship where we need to go. And frankly,
hope
where
so.
we're going, I'd much rather have the ship at our disposal than walking around on foot. Because once we get to the other realm, it's really hard to say where we're going to come out over there. We need to find somewhere very particular over there once we get to the other side.
Yes, you absolutely do not want to be on foot over there.
Well, very good, very good. Now I'll get with the others and we will approach this in the morning. But I feel like for the rest of the night, everybody should take the time to prepare for what's to come tomorrow. And I'll get with the paladin and the cleric, and we will put our heads together and come up with a way to make sure this happens. And we're gonna take a quick break here, real fast, if you don't mind, guys. I gotta get up and use the bathroom.
That also gives me time
Yeah,
to put my
let-
laundry
let me-
Anybody
in
else
the
needs-
dryer.
Hey, I
Alright,
kind of need to
yeah.
do the same, to be honest.
I need to
Yeah,
do
I'll
the
be right
same.
back.
Okay, thank you guys.
And apparently, Zyron's going to be talking to you and Atticus. Sath. Because of things.
Welcome back from
Things.
We're back to the world of the living.
So Allie got fried pickles.
You son of a bitch.
They had fried mushrooms too.
No,
Mushrooms, yes.
I don't like fried mushrooms.
You like mushrooms.
No, but I got a half-pound fried pickles.
Half
I think I've had fried mushrooms.
Yeah, I got a half-pound. Full up half-pound.
Oh my god.
I
bitch.
want fucking
I didn't realize
fried
I was
pickles.
fucking muted in here. I hear I was fucking responding to your shit, and I'm like, God damn it.
Damn it.
That moment you realize you're still muted.
Yeah, I didn't realize it till the mute button on my stream deck caught my eye, and I'm like, what is that red? Fuck.
Well, that's where, like, I did also was smart and I stocked up. I got
Good.
yellow chicken curry, so with rice.
Nice.
So I got 3 of those to put in my fridge.
Nice.
Then I got a black and blue burger, which is
Ooh, those are good.
yeah, but it has like the fried onion rings.
Yep.
The pepper jack cheese and the
Yeah.
barbecue sauce, but they also put like blue cheese on it.
Yeah. So just so you know, you're tapping into your prepayment of food tax, just to clarify.
Food tax.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just surprised that a terminal actually has this good of food.
No.
Oh.
I mean, the pickles are too hot though.
Okay.
All right, I just have to wait to grab a snack real fast. So
Yeah, I just got done having a treat. I'm not gonna sit there and divulge exactly what it was.
You're
because...
not gonna tell us?
Beach.
I was about to say, I just went on a rant for like 5 minutes of fucking food, and you won't even tell us what your treat was.
Yeah. Damn.
But no, I'm not gonna tell y'all because of the fact that it's technically too early for them. So
Technically too early. Are you making poop juice?
No.
No.
Oh no.
No.
After last night's venturing of boob juice, that'll be a little bit before we enjoy that part.
I mean the fact that I talked with my mom about the fact that I was drinking, and she's like, you're allowed to drink to sit there and be in your feelings and to do that sort of thing, but
that's totally
it's when
true.
you start to sit there and wallow and you start to basically try to drown your sorrows.
Yeah, I was about to say, drink to not feel anything.
Yeah. I was drinking to relax, to basically not think about what's going on right now and to just be.
Like me with the gummies.
You drank to drink. You drank to forget about the situation, which is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Now, continuing to drink to keep yourself numb, that's not okay.
Yeah. That's a problem.
Yeah, no.
That's absolutely a problem.
And that's exactly what I was doing. I was just trying to just numb for a little bit, but to still be able to.
You were trying to relax and let go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
let's
I mean the fact that you can ask Wicked.
Well, before.
Sorry.
Anyways.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
But just the fact that I had been drinking, I was loopy as fuck. And then I decided to go to the bathroom. Right after I got done going to the bathroom, it was gone.
Yeah.
That's the one bad. That's the one bad thing about being Irish. Like as soon as I break the seal, it's gone.
It's gone. gone like Stan Marsh's money in that episode of South Park.
All right.
And it's gone.
All right. Let's go.
Okay.
Well,
Yep.
before we continue, though, I just want to make a shout out to our viewers. If ever any of you are dealing with any kind of serious situations in your life and you are feeling like you're at the end of your rope, there is always resources out there to reach out to in case you feel like doing the thing that we aren't supposed to talk about. There are certain hotline numbers out there, and please feel free to always reach out to those people so you can get the proper help you may need. Many of us here have been through something similar in life where we have needed the extra help, as I'm sure you viewers out there have probably dealt the same or know people who have. So if you happen to know anybody like that or you yourself experiencing it, don't hesitate to get help. Please. We like having you here, and we don't want to lose anybody.
The information is posted in chat, by the way.
Yes.
For anyone that's at least stateside. I'm not sure how the numbers and like that stuff works for
I think it works
international, but I know that's also available for phone calls, and you can actually text with them.
Yep.
So.
Okay. Are we ready to continue?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I got
All right,
Saf
so-
up. So.
Yeah,
So we
Safner,
managed
Fucker
to-
are officially on station.
Well, I see we have Asmodial here as well.
Asmodial's
did
been
we
here
catch
for a
him up
minute.
already too?
He's kind of just been here.
He's just
He's
muted.
been muted.
So
He's muted.
Okay. Well, Zyron is left the engine area, if you will, to leave Kylie and Raph to their work. Thala, do you wish to stay down there with them?
I guess I'll follow Zyron out. Let the engineers do what they're doing.
And as
let
you're
the
walking with him,
engineers
he
engineer.
kind of, he kind of looks over his shoulder over at you as you're walking with him, and he's like, "I heard about what happened to you on the ship after the events of the other day here. I'm glad to see you're still with us."
Yes.
He kind of like waves his hand over you as he's kind of like sensing your aura around you, and he goes, "Things seem calmer with you. I'm very, very happy to see that. Seems like you two have managed to come to a deal."
Damn, you looking good, ladies.
Yes.
Let's get to
Talona
work.
and I had a talk after the events of her taking over. And
he goes, "Oh, very good."
Yes, she definitely does not feel that she belongs here, and I know that once all this is said and done, I know that eventually she will be removed, so long as I'm the one that kills my father.
He stops in front of you, he turns around to face you, and he puts two of his fingers up to your forehead, just above your eyes. And you can feel a sense of almost like a piercing feeling straight through you. But he's not hurting you by any means. And he begins to speak some language you've never heard, some garbled nonsense. And from within you, you feel Talona respond. But you're not sure what conversation they just had, but you can tell there was a very serious conversation that was just had, and very quickly. And then he removes his fingers from you and goes, "Good. Now, we have work to do." And as you
no,
continue, he
you
begins to
can't.
explain-
What did you just do?
It's between me and Talona, and it'll all become clear soon enough. But now, walk with me. As you're walking with him, he's like, "Now, while I was away with my wife, we discovered Duran has some plans here in the future, and we do need to stop him, as my god has already made himself very well known and apparently very angry with the situation. We need to put a stop to this, and soon." Now, speaking with my wife, we have discovered that amongst the objects that we currently have, as you know, Duran on his side has a certain orb of sorts, and we even have a possession of our own orb. But there is yet a third that we need to get our hands on. Each one of these representing a certain trinity of life, as it were. Then we need to have all three together if we wish to stop him and set things right once more. And to do so, we need to go somewhere very particular. You were away for for this part, but we need to go to the Fugue Realm and travel to the City of Judgment and speak with Kalimvor in order to hopefully beseech him to let us at least borrow this orb that he has. Now, these orbs are not something that anybody takes lightly, especially the gods. So it's going to take a good bit of convincing on our end to get him to give it to us. So I do believe we're going to need to loan his help to get there as well. And that is what we were having a discussion about. You kind of feel her rumble from within a little bit, almost in agreement to what's being said to you.
So,
but she's not talking to you. You know, she could easily speak to you if she wanted to, but she was actually refraining to do so.
So, you two had a discussion on asking if she would help.
Yes, more or less. I mean, there's all the finer details, of course, about it, but I do understand as well that there's going to be a slight problem with our plan here, because originally Kelemvor's the one who resides inside the City of Judgment, but for some reason, here recently, he's gone missing. But we still need to go there all the same, because it's not like he would carry this object with him willingly into our realm if he were to come here for whatever reason. So we still need to travel there all the same. Now, whoever's in charge there now, whether it be Kelemvor or somebody else, we will need their help to obtain this object, because it's not something that can just be found laying around, unfortunately. Now, come with me. Let's make our way to the main deck here, and we'll get the others involved in this as well, as he keeps kind of trotting on with like a sense of purpose.
Well, Zyron, one moment, please.
And he stops and turns around at you again. What is it?
I have to ask, do you remember anything that was said to you by Durin?
Unfortunately, my time under his control is non-existent in my own mind. I don't remember much of anything, actually. It's weird. It's like I fell asleep and woke up.
I see.
But I do remember one thing. I remember dying. At least thought I was dying. I remember him piercing me with my own lance.
I ask because of the fact I wanted to know on why he wants me so badly when he never was in my life at all. And yet he has sought me out so many times. You yourself, when you were under his control, came after me.
I wish I had more answers for you, but unfortunately, I don't. But if he wants you, then that means that we need to protect you even further. He whips out something from his belt and hands it over to you, a little trinket. And you look at it, and it appears to be a small amulet of sorts. He goes, if you wouldn't mind wearing this for me, it'll give you an extra level of protection. We paladins tend to find certain people like you that gods have taken interest in, and unfortunately, this man who claims to be your father, unfortunately, seeks the same. And if there's anything about you that he can use, we need to protect you from that, because we cannot let him further his plans any more than he already has. And this should allow anybody from teleporting you away.
All right. Thank you.
Are you going to put it on?
Yeah.
He goes, good. Now, if there's anything else you wish to talk about, now is the time to do it.
No.
Because we are running out of time.
I've gotten the answers I've needed, and I thank you, Zyron, for everything. The good and the bad.
He goes, well, that's all I can ask for at this point. But let's continue. We have much work to be done, and our engineers are already well on their way of taking care of one of the key aspects of what is to come. And as he makes his way to the surface of the top of the deck, he kind of calls out, but he doesn't actually use his mouth to speak. In fact, you can hear his voice in all of your heads, summoning you all to the deck.
Highway there.
Okay.
So any of you who are not there, he's asking you to come.
I'm not about to ignore it. So
Yeah.
I head my way on there, up to the deck, up to where Siren's at.
And he gets up there and he sees Khan come out from underneath as well. And he goes, "Ah, yes, you, sir. Unfortunately, I'm going to need you to stay behind, Karn." Karn looks at him and he goes, "I'll be damned if I leave my ship." And he goes, "Well, that's exactly why you can't. It's because you're damned. Where we are going, if you were to come with us, you may be stuck there forever, given the state of your vampirism, as it were. Unfortunately, the rules of the Fugue Realm do dictate that those who are dead stay. Unless, of course, you have some kind of necromantic ability that allows you to come back, in which case they can only remove your soul from the plane. You going there in your soul and body, neither will be able to leave together. So, that being said, what's being done to the ship, we may be able to take you with us, but you would have to remain on the ship. Do you understand?" Khan kind of looks at him with a sense of concern and is like, "Yeah, okay. I understand." He looks over to you,
trust me, it's
Travasi, with
definitely
kind of
your
like
best interest.
He looks over to you, Travasi, with a look of disappointment, but he goes, "If it means to put an end to this craziness, then so be it." And he looks over at Atticus and gestures to Sapphire. "Now, you two, I will need your help. We are going to open a portal to Fugue Realm, and we are going to drive this ship into it. And it's going to require a great amount of power and concentration on all three of our parts. Are you ready for this?"
Well, seeing as how the largest portal that I've seen created was big enough for only 3 people to enter through, this would definitely be quite the task. But yes, I'm ready to make it happen.
Good. Tomorrow we begin. For now, enjoy what time we have here in this realm. Because while we are there, if things go wrong, we may not be able to come back. Because we will need all 3 of us to return.
Oh! Hold on. Power just went out, I think.
You okay?
The power just went out.
There he is.
Oh, the power went out?
Power went out?
Yep.
Uh-oh. You all having a storm up there?
Hold on.
Somebody's something in a socket.
Uh-oh.
Sapphire, why are you sitting there shoving forks into the socket again?
Ah, it's fun. Makes
Right?
you go spark.
The sparkiness that charges me up.
Sparky. This.
I just checked the weather in that area. It doesn't seem to be having any issues. Not even any
Could just be a grid failure.
Precipitation.
Solara, does that mean that you and Tal need to take a moment to sort things out, or?
What?
I could not understand a single thing said just then.
They're not talking to us.
Oh.
Yeah, let's mute them real fast. We're just gonna go ahead and mute them for the time being.
Okay.
So when they're ready to come back, we can go ahead and get them included on everything.
Yeah.
Got it.
Just
so
let us know in the text chat and Discord whenever you guys are back, and we'll have
or
you
just unmute yourselves.
No, they
Well,
can't unmute
one of them
themselves.
can, but
Yeah, one of
the
them
other
can,
one
one of
can't.
them can't.
Oh well. Here then. I see. Okay. All right. I didn't realize that's how it worked. Oops.
Yeah, because of the fact that we're server muting demon. That because she's not a guardian, she can't unserver mute herself.
And it's difficult to do that even from mobile anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Oh, everything
Sorry.
good?
Yeah, fuse blew.
Oh.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Okay, so not a grid failure, just a eternal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, as long as you guys are good, I was getting a little worried over there.
Yeah, same.
Now,
Well, yeah.
so Zyron's mentioned that it's time for you guys to just relax for the day, take care of whatever you feel like doing in town, on the ship, whatever. Just try to enjoy yourselves because there's a chance that once you guys go out here to do this thing, you may not be able to come back. So, is there anything anybody would like to go do, say, before we continue forward?
I'm going to a bar and getting laid.
Okay.
Goodness
Saf's
gracious.
gonna go get laid. Anybody want to go? Bastion kind of perks up at the idea and he goes, going to a brothel, getting drunk, having a little bit of fun. That sounds like it could be fun, but he
Bastion.
kind of looks over at Thala. He's just like, what? It was just a joke. I promise. It was just a joke.
Mm-hmm. I see how
I'm
much
ass-
I
I'm
mean
assuming
to you.
Asmodeus
Bad
probably.
Oh, goodness.
He looks
Trust me,
over at
Bastion, that is not the
Asmodeus.
one you want to be pissing off right now.
Yeah.
He looks over at Asmodeus and he's just like, kind of gives him a wink. He's like, have fun for me, would you?
Oh.
Because he knows Asmodeus gonna go.
Passion.
Nah, I'm actually
It's like,
just
oh,
gonna.
it's chill.
I'm gonna just go in my room and just be by myself for a bit.
You good?
Okay.
Well, I
Okay.
suppose I'll tag along with Saf just to make sure she stays safe.
I'm
I'll
gonna
be the
Anything safe in a
designated
brothel.
returner or whatever the fuck you want to call me, because just want to make sure she stays safe.
Okay, so you're gonna go with Saf?
Yeah.
Travasi?
I kind of need to be by myself for a moment, if anything. So I'm gonna head down to deck, just because I haven't had the proper time to grieve, if anything. So.
Okay. So, Saf and Atticus are taking off. Was anybody else wanting to go with them? Anybody at all?
Tal, Solara.
No, I mean,
I'll go.
Oh no, I can't look
Okay.
after both of you. Bella, please come with me so we can keep these two in check.
Uh,
no. Cal can stay. I'll go.
I'm like, no thanks. I'm good.
I'll go. You're gonna.
Both
If you need
proverbially
another
going
pain
to
to watch over, I'll
chasing
go.
tail, per se.
I don't know exactly how you're gonna watch over me, but okay. Good luck.
Horba, the old man, he comes up and he's like, I wouldn't mind getting me some tail. I'll come with you.
I quickly remark
like,
back,
"I-
if you touch mine, we have a problem.
Oh no, please, by all means. I have certain taste, and scaly is not on that list of things I like to taste. No offense. No offense. He's like, no offense, my dear lady. I have my taste that I prefer. Just much like how I prefer different types of my grass to smoke. Like this fey grass, for instance, as he starts loading his pipe, hits like nothing I've ever had before. And he starts sparking it up as he starts walking down the ramp. Noodle and Tootie kind of shout out, like, hey, wait for us. We're coming too. Now, so for the rest of you who are staying back at the ship, Travasi, you're hanging out in the room, and Karn, you're obviously in his room. So he comes in very quietly, just to peek in on you, and says, "Do you wish to have some company, or do you wish to be alone?"
I would prefer some company.
I was gonna say, can
Very
you speak
good.
up a little bit? I could hardly hear you.
I would prefer I had some company, please.
Very good. Then he closes the door quietly and comes and sits down next to you. Is everything okay? You haven't quite been the same since Avernus.
I'm not okay.
Is it
Everything that
about your
happened,
friend?
yeah, it is.
You know it's not your fault, right?
I saw her in my arms as I took her only life she had.
But again, you cannot blame yourself for this. in my time on this planet, I've realized that all things must die. Even I have died, and I have accepted the fact that one of these days I may die again. One way or the other, all things must end. And if there's anything I can do to help get you through this, I'll be more than happy to do so. But for your friend, I offer this. He, with his little bit of vampirism, magical bullshit, he waves his hand around it. The candles throughout his room begin to light up. And he goes, I light these in her name. And I will offer a prayer to my own God to make sure that her soul is guided to a proper place of rest. And gets down on and begins to start praying. Curiously enough, as he's doing so, you notice the candlelight in the room begins to kind of flicker and wave around in the room. Almost like you can feel a breeze running through the room, but the window's closed, the door's closed. It just seems odd that such a thing would happen. And they all blow out for a second, and there's a slight bit of darkness in the room, but then with a very bit of sunlight coming through the window, and then all the candles light back up again. And the before you actually see Shar standing before you. This is the same goddess that approached you after Gripply died.
Mm-hmm.
She looks down upon you as you're sitting down on the bed, walks forward and puts her hand upon your head, and goes, My dear child, it was never your fault, and it was never your place to save her. You could have, but she doesn't blame you. I myself had to carry her soul away, because she longed for her friend in such a way, cared for you very deeply, and regrets that she was unable to truly say goodbye to you in the way she wished. And I wish there was more I could do on that end. But from here, on this realm, I cannot. But you are going to the place of which she is actually currently going to be at. I have delivered her to the City of Judgment, and as I understand it, Zyron intends on taking you there. You will be able to find her once more, so you can express your love for her. And it is okay to feel the way you do. When we lose our loved ones, when we know there's no going back, there will always be a pain that you cannot undo. But do not hold on to it as a weight to carry. That will do nothing but slow you down in your journey to come. But instead, use it as a fuel for your fire to make sure that tragedies that have befallen you and your party never happens to anybody else. There will always be death and loss, and unfortunately, there's not much we can do to stop it, but what happened here was unnatural. You understand?
Yes, I understand.
Very good. Now, and you notice Karn is still kind of down praying, like he is unaware that she's there at all.
Okay.
Now, when you get there, I have a guide waiting for you on the other side. And they will make sure that they get you to the City of Judgment. And they'll make sure to reunite you with Lunasta one last time. But while you were there, as she still got her hand on your head, you begin getting visions as she's speaking. She goes, as you are there, this object that you seek, and you get a clear visual of this orb, is very similar to the ones that you have seen already, the ones that you have in your possession, the one that Duran has. And it's very similar in shape and size. This object that you seek must not be carried by the living. Must be carried by somebody who's already dead. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Good. And with her other hand, she pulls out an amulet for you.
Okay.
You wear this. And I am sorry for what must happen, but it must happen. And she disappears. The candlelight in the room flickers again once more, and Karn stands up, looks around the room, looks over at you and he goes, "Something happened. I feel like something happened. Did I miss something?" And he sees you with the amulet in his hand, in your hand, and he's like, "Where did that come from?"
What was the goddess's name again?
Char.
Shar visited me.
Really? Go figures. I pray to her, and she speaks to you instead. Ah, typical Char.
She.
And then he stops for a second, holds his hand to his head like he's getting a headache, and he's like, "Oh, oh no."
What's wrong?
He looks up at you with shock in his eyes. It's nothing.
What do you
It's
mean
nothing at all. It's best I not speak of it yet. The time will come. And I only hope that I have the strength to do what must be done. And he walks out of the room.
I just kind of look
You
at
tell
the
he's very
amulet in
upset
my
about
hand.
something.
And I'm like, what?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is this the same amulet that Shar gave me? Because Shar gave me one after Gripply died.
Oh, yeah.
She gave you a stone to squeeze should you
No.
ever need her.
No, she gave me an amulet.
Yeah.
I thought it was just the stone too.
No,
it was an amulet.
Oh. Well, maybe the amulet was to communicate with her though.
Yeah.
I think that's where I think that's what it came down to.
Yeah, she said to give it a squeeze should you ever need her.
I was just.
No, go ahead.
I was curious.
No, it's fine. We've got with a lot of random trinkets throughout this campaign so far, so it's easy to have gotten a little mixed up over the months. Now, we're going to go ahead and carry on as and leave Travasi there to ponder everything, and we're going to cut over to the rest of the crew, who is still on the ship, which leaves Asmodeal hanging out in his room by himself. Asmodeal, what are you doing there, bud?
Playing with my dice.
In your room, Goober. Like
He's
in the
playing
game.
with his dice, quote unquote.
Quote unquote.
His dice.
Is that a new name for balls now?
Well,
what are you doing up
demon-
there? I'm playing with my dice.
Sure.
Well,
Make sure
while
the
you're
door's
in your
closed.
room alone, your demonkin is trying to communicate with you. You hear it kind of whispering around the room at you. You can kind of see a little bit of a shadow kind of lingering around the room.
The fuck you want?
Our deal must be met. We have a very, very particular deal. And if you die in the fugue realm, I do not get to claim your soul at the end of this. I can't have that. And he begins to take shape and form in front of you. And stands in front, looking down upon you. If you die in this realm, I may also be stuck there as well. As a demonkin such as myself, I cannot be stuck in another plane other than my own, or the realm of which the one I've made a deal with is. So, if you die there, ultimately I die there. I give you one opportunity to release us of this bond before continuing forth. But doing so will revoke all the powers of which I have given you.
I should have been dead at least some time ago. At least before the war. I should have been dead. But yet I decided to actually call upon some help, and yet you answer and you beckon the call.
I give you this. Reaches out another amulet to you. This amulet will protect you furthermore inside the fugue realm. One time, and one time only, will this amulet save you from certain death.
What if I want? What if I want to die though?
If you want to die, well, I guess I should have thought of that before I made this agreement. As he looks kind of down at you a little angrily. Do you not wish to take my gift?
As I said before, I should have been dead at least some time ago. I should have been dead on that battlefield. But yet I was a coward.
Yes,
And
but you are here now facing a very certain promise of death if you carry down this path of which you've chosen. If you wish to die, you will most certainly meet it at the ends of your journey, one way or the other. And as long as you are not inside the fugue realm, I still get to claim your soul, which makes me happy. But if we are to continue doing so in the fugue realm for as long as we may be there, I wish to make sure that you do not perish before your time. I still have use for you. Now take the amulet.
as you wish. For them, I will take it.
Good. And as you put the amulet on, you feel a sense of warmth kind of wash over your body a little bit as you put it on. A sense of certainty, as it were, that you are being taken care of in a way. Like something is watching over you now. But more importantly, you feel a surge to your extremities, as it were. You almost feel like you've just gotten +2 to your dexterity.
Ooh.
Not that you really need it, but yes, this amulet's going to give you saving one successful save roll without having to roll on it,
I know I was.
and save you from any kind of killing blows that might come your way. Hint, hint, you could self-sacrifice without actually sacrificing at least once.
Oh, the fake death pill. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's basically the possum.
Just because I go, doesn't mean I'm dead. Yeah, you get to pull a possum one time.
It's your extra life coin from like player 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, if that's the route, I want the fucking Zemeckis cube.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
not giving you the Zemeckis cube. Wait, remind me, what exactly is the
Why
Zemeckis
not?
cube again? I know it. I just can't think exactly what it does now.
It basically rewinds everything like 30 seconds.
Yep,
Right,
that-
yeah, okay. Yeah, you know,
Hermamu,
no.
I've come to
No.
bargain.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm saying no. We're not doing that. We're not going to make the big bad evil guy rage quit, okay?
The DM is Dormammu. The Dormammu
I mean,
said no.
my buddy I Rock said it was okay.
Dormammu, I've come.
Okay, that is Doctor
I know,
Strange.
but it's just
Yes, it is.
it's still
It's
funny.
fitting.
Yeah, I just want to make sure it's 2 separate properties, though.
Yeah.
Ready Player One.
I mean, there
Well, all the
was
same, that's going to be a big fat no, unfortunately. I
Yeah,
apologize now,
but-
but
All right. All right,
No,
let's
no, it's fine.
continue.
I was just kidding.
Anyway, sorry.
as funny as that would be, honestly, that could be a really big funny giggle moment, but I'm gonna pass on that for now. But all right, so your demonkin. Do you have a name for your demonkin, by the way? I never thought to ask.
Never given it a name.
Okay, all right. Well, I wasn't
Take a
just
quick timeout.
for now.
We call him Francis.
Yeah, did we lose somebody? Oh, never mind.
No.
Yeah, take. What's going on?
Internet is
Looks
dropping
like we're
dramatically.
lost data.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's bad.
Break time.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Discord.
If we need to take a few minutes to.
Well,
Yeah, because let me pull up your feed. Your feed's looking a little blurry, but so far, yeah, I mean it's really blurry. Oh, never mind, it just stopped.
My signal on my computer is bad, so
Yeah, I've got 0.
Yeah,
I'm just
both
gonna
both of
stop
yours
it from my side.
just stopped entirely.
Sorry, y'all. I'm ending my stream from my end.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'll stop for a few minutes if you guys want to see if it clears up. Because yours is still not running. Although, yeah, Allison's is, or Alistar's is running just fine.
Ow.
Okay.
Ouch.
Certain to your death? Small chance of success.
You ever eat something and then bite the inside of your cheek?
What are we waiting for?
Yep.
Ow. I just did that.
Oh, yeah, we're in the kilobytes.
All the time.
Like, I just did a speed test. We were in the kilobytes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, I've got an ad for Wiccan's channel. I don't know why it's showing me that.
My stream just ended, so I don't know
No, I
why
don't know
you'd
why
have
it's showing me that though.
an ad playing.
Maybe
All
it didn't quite disconnect properly.
So, Solar and Tal, did you guys stay on the ship, or did you go with
No,
Saf too?
I followed Sap and Atticus because Tal also ran off, and I'm like, ah, great. And then the old man's like, yeah, let's go. And I'm like,
I just trying
somebody's
to
got to
make
keep
sure if
an
there's
eye on
anybody
this
else left on the
crew.
ship.
It's called somebody's got to keep an eye on this crew.
I mean, me and I can't talk.
You and Bastion
Thala
are still on
and
the ship?
Bastion are still on the ship.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I just want to make sure I wasn't forgetting anybody else. So, all right. So, Thala, while you're still on the deck watching everybody take off, Bastion walks up to you and whips out a rose from behind his back and hands it over to you. And he goes, "You know, I was just playing, right?"
Sure you were.
He's like, "I wouldn't think of it. Those hussies, they're not as entertaining as they think they are." He goes, "You seem troubled."
It's still the factor of the unknown on exactly why my father is doing what he's doing. And
I understand. I do understand. That would definitely upset me as well too. But knowing that we face quite a bit of uncertainty does make me a bit weary. To be honest with you, I'm a bit scared actually. I actually don't remember the last time I felt scared like this. Going to the realm of the dead is no easy undertaking. But all the same, I'm going to make this journey with you. We'll see it through to the end together.
Well, I thank
Can
you
I
for
get
that.
you something to eat? Maybe something to drink?
At the moment,
Before Noodle
I say
left,
you
he
just
ate
walk
quite
over
a
to the
bit of food down
Briarwoods,
below.
say hello to break the ice, then punch him in the face. See what happens.
No.
What?
Just Shonen played the sound from freaking Vox Machina.
Oh, which one?
The whole thing about the Briarwoods.
Oh.
Honestly, Bastion, I honestly think I just would like your company. Because with everything
Say
that's
no
going
more.
on, with everything going on and just the uncertainty of why my father wants me and why he had Barlin put put Talona in my body, it's caused a lot of uncertainty for me. And just having somebody close that understands the fear that I'm going through, the fear of the unknown on what is to come. I just need that comfort.
Well, I'll be more than happy to stay with you, my dear. I wouldn't dream of leaving you alone.
Thank you.
He leans in, gives you a big old hug.
What the f-
Jonan.
Oh, come on.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Shonen.
You two are more or less like left alone to go to your own private room that you have now commandeered from the one of the previous lieutenants. As of recently, you all have taken over his room. So
Yeah.
now, back to the rest of you who are going to be a bunch of degenerates and go sleazing around tonight. As y'all are wandering through the cities and stuff, you do come across one of the brothels in town. In fact, since Asmodeal has previously mentioned he knew of one in particular that you guys might be able to go to and gave you that last little, here you go, on the way out. Since I'll not be joining you, I did find a couple that you might enjoy and point you in the right direction. Does that sound fair, Asmodeal?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to think, because like anybody who might have picked up on that while they were wandering around the city the first night before shit went down might have been you.
No, that sounds about right.
That sounds right, honestly.
So, so y'all come across the first big fancy one, and there's just women all over the place, and there's some men too, but for the most part it's women. And Saf, as you start approaching, you see a couple of them. One orc in particular, large orc, very big-breasted one, walks up to you and goes, "Oh, I do love a shiny figure. Look at you. You look like you could lift me and some of my friends with those big, strong arms of yours." Walks up and starts running a finger along the breastplate of your armor. So tell me, when was the last time you've ever had somebody take care of you, Paladin?
Wait a minute. Is this a male or female?
Female.
Female orc.
Female.
This is a female orc.
Or do you perchance prefer the other persuasion? Kind of gestures over to some of the men standing out by the entrance.
No, dicks are dicks. I'm good.
And she gives a big old smile and says, "Good." And starts wrapping her arm around your shoulder and starts caressing your chest. Now, do you wish to come inside?
Sure, but shouldn't we discuss price first?
Oh, oh, no, not yet. We discussed that during. Now, please, come with me. And she starts gesturing you inside. And the rest of you are approaching as well. And you can tell this place is kind of popping. There's a lot of people inside having a good time drinking and partying it up. But you also notice that this is kind of like typical strip club rules on the inside. I mean, there's mostly clothing on everybody. Everybody's kind of drinking, but there are private rooms for the, the other stuff.
The hanky panky.
The hanky panky, as you will. And Tal and Solara, you have another couple walk up next to you, a man and a woman, approaches both of you, obviously opposite genders to each, looking down upon both of you as they're both very tall, slender elves. They go, "You two look like you could use a little bit of fun too. What do you say?" The man looks down over at you, Solara. The woman looks over at you, Jonan, or Tal, sorry. And she goes, "Oh yes, you look like you could use some serious relaxation. Could I possibly interest you in some of my services?"
Solara just blushes heavily.
I go, I'm just here for a drink and maybe a chat or two.
Well, then let us escort you to the bar, shall we?
Yep.
The woman wraps her arm around yours, Tal, and starts guiding you in, and likewise, Solar, the male elf, wraps his arm around yours, and they both start guiding you in. And they start going off about all the fine ales and spirits that they have behind the bar. Atticus, you're standing there, and you have 3 different women approach you. You got a fine elf, there's also another orc, and there's a half orc in the mix, too. So you're getting all the spectrum there for you. All 3 of them approach you. Well, the half orc's eyeing you up and down and goes, "My goodness, girls, have you ever seen such a fine looking man before? Oh, but he is of a holy nature. I do hope that we don't impose upon you. Candace?
He's shaking his head.
He's shaking his head? Is he shaking his head over there? Oh my goodness, girls. I think we've rendered him speechless. Oh, don't worry. We know how to fix that. And the elf woman comes up next to you and kind of wraps her arm around your hips because she's a little bit shorter than you. And wraps her arm around your hip, puts your arm around her shoulder and looks up at you and goes, I bet I can make you speak before the night's over.
Oh, shit.
Brown chicken, brown cow?
Are we sure that will be speaking and not just some form of grunting?
By the end of the night, you'll be screaming my name.
Whoa!
Oh my.
Oh.
Tree's about
you're
to
muted.
get watered.
Under any other circumstance, I'd probably be willing to just take all of you on my own. But I have a different objective at the present moment to make sure my friends stay safe.
The full orc,
remember
as
me
she's
once
walking
I've
up next to you,
turned?
as you're speaking, the full orc comes up behind you and puts her hands across the top of your shoulders and begins massaging you and goes, you know, I was out here during the night of that battle, and I saw the way you fought that gnome crashing through the buildings, flying all over the place. You fought with a certain type of beastly rage I have never witnessed before, but I do wish to witness it once more. And you know what? For you, I'll even offer you a special discount for saving us that night. You may not remember it, but when you came rolling through the streets fighting, you actually managed to take out some of those creatures that were trying to take out some of our girls. Big favor you did us that night.
Oh, damn.
It's all part of doing what we do.
Oh, but you must let us repay you. They start slowly ushering you into the door with them.
I'm not going. I'm just like, sorry, no.
Well,
not
you're
right
there to
now.
keep an eye on Saf. Saf's already inside. And
Yep.
so are Solara and Tal. And Tootie and Noodle didn't hesitate. They went right in. They went right in, man. Like, they've been here before. They are very familiar. They're calling some of the girls on first name basis. Like, they walk right up to the bar and they're just getting drinks on the inside. So,
Is
I mean,
it
you
just
can
me
really
or
just
is
sit
Tango
back and
breaking
just...
up?
No, it's just you.
Am I breaking up?
No.
No.
It must just be my side
No?
because it's like you're coming through like every other word.
It could be your headset. Might be. I'm not having any connection issues over here as it is.
Pretty much everything.
But all the same, they are slowly but surely ushering you into the door. I mean, you were there to keep an eye on everything, make sure everybody got back okay. So, I mean, hanging out is kind of what you're here for. But they do seem to have other ideas for you.
Can I do a thing?
What thing?
Can I open a window from the top balcony where I'm, in the bedroom of the orc? I literally toss a gold coin to my friend and say, just do it.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Did we lose him?
we lost him again.
Thaula?
I'm here.
Do we know what's going on there? Okay.
I think it restarted Discord.
And he's back. All right. So
Okay, now
unless
you're not
unless
breaking
you're
up.
gonna truly just stay outside, they're gonna keep ushering you inside. You're not agreeing to anything. They're not taking you into the private rooms yet, but all the same, they are ushering you inside.
Well, as
Usually
long as
we
my
wanna keep
friends
an eye
stay
on
safe,
people.
I suppose there's no problem in me relaxing a little bit.
There we go.
The half orc who's standing right next to you as well goes, "That's the spirit," and they start ushering you in the door. Now, as all of you have entered the door, the matron of the establishment walks up and she goes, "Oh, if my eyes don't deceive me, you're the saviors of our city. Oh, this will be a very special occasion indeed." And claps her hands And many of the girls all kind of perk up and come walking over. And she goes, "Now, for all of you here, I offer a very, very special gift to you. All of tonight will be on the house. And I do mean all of it.
Oh my.
For your deeds done in the past, we can't thank you enough. Especially you," as they gesture towards you, Atticus. "You did us the biggest favor of all by saving some of our girls who were out in the street that night.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
hey,
we did
mommy.
lose some that night, but you did manage to keep some of those creatures from killing any more of them, and for that we will be eternally grateful. Now, if you will gladly take your possessions, particularly your weapons, and place them with our doorman," and you look over and you see a really big, burly Goliath guy just kind of hunched up in a corner. "If you would leave your weapons with our doorman here, he will keep watchful eye over your weapons. I do not allow weapons in my establishment, especially once heightened emotions and alcohol begin to flow. It becomes rather chaotic. I cannot have such happenings inside my establishment. It's bad for reputation. You understand."
Yes. I I give my weapons. So
Now,
I'm a little suspicious of the. I mean, I understand, but at the same time, even still, tensions are still heightened from having experienced that before. I'm a little hesitant to just hand over everything I've got.
okay. And in the event that she continues, so in the event that any of my girls begin crossing the line, we do have a safe word, as it were, to keep any unwanted things from happening. Because we do service all manner of desires here. It's not many things that we don't have on the off the table. But if for whatever reason one of these things is beseeched upon you unwillingly, the safe word is going to be fluffle.
Oh my gosh. But
Oh my
okay,
god.
I'm gonna step away for a minute. I'll be right back.
okay.
All right. I guess we'll just hang out. Well, she's not involved with this part. I guess we can keep going.
Yeah.
So, amongst the rest of you, Saf's already gone up to her room and has made requests. And Saf, while you're in your room, you actually have a couple of Tabaxi women come into the room with you. And Tabaxis are the more feline-looking race. They are very cat-like in nature, very furry, claws, tails, the whole 9 yards. And they come in and kind of giggling a little bit between each other. They've never seen a dragonborn up close in person before. And they're kind of like nudging each other, like whispering to one another. And like one's like kind of shoves the other one forward first. Now you go. No, you go first. What do you do?
Well, first question: am I naked?
You're jetting naked.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Shut up. I basically have my top armor off, exposing my breasts and shoulders and everything like that. But my bottom half still has, my bottom half armor. I walk forward and I say, "Now, girls, there's no reason to be timid. I will treat you both very nicely."
They both kind of quiver under your gaze and touch.
Ooh.
Well,
That is, unless you don't want
they go, "Well, we would never turn down a client, especially one such as yourself. You look so strong. I bet you could handle both of us just fine, but what about the other girls?"
me. They don't do much for
Oh. They kind of look at each other like, "Okay." And that's where we're going to leave it with you, because if we go any further, we're going to start crossing into some dangerous territory.
Oh,
Okay.
like we haven't done already.
Well, I mean, we're not. If we go any further, we're going to start getting into details, and them details might get me banned. So.
Yeah, you got a point.
It's okay.
Yes, always watch the details.
Oh god.
Oh, pun
Touch my
intended.
tail.
Pun intended, yes.
Don't touch my tail. It's very soft, but very sensitive. Because someone
So the
steps
rest
on my
of you are
tail, I
down
swear
in
to
the
God, I'm
main
gonna chop
area.
your head
Oh
off.
god. Well, so for the rest of you that are down below still, have yet to go into your rooms, if you choose to. Y'all are drinking and eating and having a good old time. There's band off in the corner playing music. How do you wish to proceed for the rest of the night? Because you are getting a lot, especially now that everybody knows who you are. You are getting several advances from many of the merchandise, as it were.
Oh my.
Say escorts.
Especially you, Atticus. Those three are still gunning for you. They are really, really hoping that you're gonna take them up on their offer.
I thought I clearly thought I accepted that whenever I said
Oh,
fine.
well, you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I wasn't sure if you intended on actually going through with going into the private room. So yeah, they take you into one of the private rooms and they begin to disrobe you, and they see some of the scars across your body and whatnot. And they start asking you questions about them as they are all giving you the works, so to speak, and giving you a good little rub down, getting you ready for everything. Do you wish to explain further of yourself to them, or do you want to keep it strictly business?
Well, I could tell you quite a few stories about some of these scars, but
The half orc in particular goes, well, I bet they all come with quite a story on them. I, for one, would like to hear more of them, but maybe for now, we'd put that mouth to work in a different way.
Oh my.
And you say I can't be descriptive.
And that's where we're going to leave it with him.
thanks for ruining my time, Saf.
Great.
I even told you to do it in the first place.
That was his time and his thing to do. You
Yeah.
could have let him have his fun. Don't kill his mood, damn it.
Yeah, talk about it being a buzzkill.
I'm not cutting it off because she said something.
I know,
I'm cutting it
I'm
off because that's where I
joking.
was going to cut you off.
I'm joking.
But Tal and Solara, you're down below still drinking and eating, enjoying the time, and you've of course got your escorts with you, still hanging around with you, being more than happy to fetch your drinks and food for you. Still trying to
Nice.
convince you to take them up on their services. And they look at each other and they look back at you and they go, you know, we wouldn't mind servicing both of you at the same time.
Oh. Oh, if her face could get any redder.
You mean if your face could get any redder?
Mm-hmm.
Would make sense, like a devil's triangle.
Try box. 4. 4.
Yeah.
And then you just make an Eiffel
Oh.
Mm. Ah. What?
I'm not there, but I'm just.
What, are you trying to be the voice in my head there?
Yeah, I am.
The voices in your head do it.
Do it.
I tossed him a gold and tell him, here, take her, go have fun.
Okay. All right, I'm back, and I was listening. I pulled up Tango's stream.
Well, I wasn't exactly going to resist. I felt like dancing. So I was like, I'm drunk, yes. I'm not going to
say no.
So, so as long as everybody's happy with their circumstances, we're gonna say the rest of the night continues as planned. Each of y'all have wanted without any other bullshit from me coming at you. Okay, I promise. Especially you, Atticus. I promise.
Okay then.
I sense
No hidden knife in the back. I promise.
Damn.
Wow.
Nice.
Do it again.
He bodied Grog.
No, please don't. Yeah, please
That
don't do
must
it
have
again.
felt
That's all I
great.
ask. All right. So the next morning, you all wake up very well refreshed as it is, and eager to begin the rest of the day. And y'all say your farewells to the matron as well as the rest of the escorts, and y'all begin going back to your ship. And when you get back to the ship, you see Zyron standing aboard very proudly, staying at the head of the ship, just kind of staring out into the ocean. Sees you all come on board, turns around, and goes, "Ah, I see everybody seems well refreshed. Are we ready?"
I actually
Let's
had a
get this
question.
going.
Okay.
Now, perchance, would I be able to encourage one of my feline compatriots from last night to come with me?
Maybe after you get back. But you're not taking them on this part of your journey. Not this part. It's going to be way too dangerous to be doing that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only partial death. It'll be fine.
Anyway, so yeah, when you get done with this part, absolutely, you can see about bringing one of them along with you. But being the paladin that you are, and knowing what kind of danger you're going into, it would kind of go against character right now.
Yeah, true enough. Okay. Fuck it. Let's bash some skulls. Literally.
Right, now he gets set up with Saf and Atticus. He gets you two standing there together with him and begins going over how the spell is going to work with you guys, explaining how to channel your energy and to how where to focus your energy to get you to the fugue realm. Atticus, you're already kind of familiar with how this process kind of works, but you've yet to do it yourself. So this is something that's going to be a little bit new to you. And Saf, this is something that you've never even heard of try doing before because traveling to the land of the dead kind of goes against your beliefs right now, considering that you're used to sending things there, not going there yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need you two to roll me a d20.
Hey Tango, roll me a d20.
By
I know. I got it.
by you
I've already
two,
got it.
who are you referring?
You and Saf.
And Seth.
Let's see if I do
Holy
the thing.
shit, Seth. 18 for Seth.
Ooh.
Atticus.
15.
I'm
Very good.
So it'd be
Very good.
17 with
Where's
my
purple die?
bonus.
There's my purple die. And we got an 18 from Zyron. So
Nice.
you guys are looking fantastic right now. You guys opened a very perfect portal in front of the ship right there at the end of the pier.
Good. Let's go.
He looks at it and goes, that was very well done. Very well done indeed. And in fact, this is probably the most stable portal I've ever seen. In fact, I don't think this will close behind us. We can leave it open and we can come back.
Okay. Cool.
As much as I think that's something you want to do, I don't agree that should be something that's left open.
If
'Cause we
portals
don't
are
want.
both ways, that's a bad thing.
Yeah, we don't want
Well, for
someone
the
else
dead, for the dead to leave the fugue realm, they have to be taken by an agent of another deity or the deity themselves. They
I'm
cannot
not
just
worried about
willingly leave.
something coming out because I know that. I'm worried about something else going in that doesn't need to be there.
Well, you can, but on the way back out, everybody's gonna have to roll again to open the portal. And also considering where you're at and where the portal's opening up at, there's no telling where the portal will open up again once you guys come back out. And frankly, you don't even know where it's opening up at in the fugue realm either.
Okay, so is there some way
you
we
do
can
run
make
into
sure it
that little
stays
bit
safe?
of You can, yeah. You could try to cast some kind of blessings and other stuff on there. All three of you can to try to make sure that the realm stays protected, or the portal stays
portal.
protected. So I
Then,
would
yeah,
I would require.
absolutely.
Go ahead and roll for me, Atticus. Oh damn, 2 16s. Saf and Zyron both got 16. Damn, you guys are rolling in sync, both of you
19.
right now. That's
And 19.
fuck yeah. So
Nice
fuck yeah.
job.
So you all band together to throw that shit together. Even Asmodeal could throw in a little bit of his pizzazz to try to strengthen it further if he wishes.
Asmodeal?
Hello.
Dang
I wonder
it.
if you want to.
Might not be there right now.
Yes.
Did he
I
step
was gonna
away?
say.
The wind seems to be
You might have.
away.
Who to what now?
There he is.
You, yes, you dingus.
Do you wish to try to help strengthen the barrier you all are going to be casting over the portal to make sure nobody else can come in behind you while it stays open?
So what you need me for?
Just roll a d20 for me.
Give me a moment.
If you wish to assist them in this. Otherwise, you can leave it as is, because so far we got some pretty good rolls. But if you want to add an extra layer of pizzazz on it.
So roll a d20, just literally a d20.
Yeah, just a d20.
Just roll d20 flat.
Probably not gonna roll good, but we'll see. Never mind.
All right, so not doing that then. Okay.
No. I decided to roll, but I rolled a nat 20.
Oh.
Oh.
We're good.
Oh my god.
He thought he was.
So you've managed.
I think the
where
portal's safe.
nobody else
Thank
can come
you.
in
I
behind
used to
you.
roll low and he ended up rolling high. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Well, you managed to keep that portal blocked very nicely, and it will actually force anybody who tries to go through into another realm entirely with that extra little pizzazz you've got. In fact, your demonkin helps you make sure that if somebody else tries to go through that portal after them, is actually going to be teleported to hell
Oh,
to
shit.
deal with demons.
I was about to say, which hells we speaking of then?
All of them. No, I don't know.
Shit.
It'll be a random roll for that.
Okay.
They'll randomly end up in a random plane of hell.
So it
And
says
Zyron looks at the rest of you. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, since there's 9 hells, technically that'd be the case. I would have to roll the d10, but just forget the 10, or just basically say
Yeah,
if the
0.
10. Basically
0
say,
is a reroll.
Yeah, sure, we'll say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you all managed to get that taken care of. Zyron looks at the rest of you and he goes, "All right, from here on out, don't trust anything else beyond these walls or beyond this portal. Once we go in there, everything we see could be a lie. Everything else could be dangerous. But more importantly, do not stray from one another. With us three here," as he gestures towards Saf and Atticus and himself, "staying close to us will keep you protected from the fugue realm. Living are not meant to roam here. To go over unprotected by any means could leave you stuck there permanently. Do not wander. Do not run off for whatever reason. Stick together. That is of the utmost importance. Do you understand me?" He's saying, looking at you all very seriously.
Yes, I understand.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Good. Now, he looks over at Karn and goes, "You're sure you want to come?" And Karn's over at the helm, getting ready to start pushing, getting the ship to sail through the portal. And he just gives him a silent nod, and he goes, "Very well. Then we shall begin." Karn starts pushing forward, and the ship starts slowly sailing into the portal. And as you guys cross the threshold, you're crossing right into the same ocean that you just left. But when you all turn around, beyond the portal wall, or the portal circle behind you, you see a very run-down, destroyed-looking version of Azimus. And from the shore, you can actually see many different things wandering about, both dead and other creatures that you have yet to behold alike. And you get this sense of dread and doom kind of overwhelming all of you, that there's definitely a place that you are not supposed to be in. And Zyron kind of sits down for a second on the deck, closes his eyes, and begins to meditate for a minute. He's casting guidance to try to figure out where they need to go for the city of the dead, or city of judgment. And a few moments later, he points his hand out in a direction, and Karn begins to set the course. And the ship begins to rise up out of the water and starts flying off in that direction. And he goes, I only know the vague direction that we need to go in. I sense a great deal of power in this direction. So I think this is where we need to go at. And then from behind all of you, as you're looking out into the wide open ocean in front of you, you hear a very familiar voice. I knew you gobshites were gonna miss me. You guys turn around and you see Gripply standing there, leaning up against one of the rails.
Gripply!
Ripley!
Hi!
I've been waiting for you.
Oh, really?
I missed your snarky attitude. It's a pleasure to see you.
Oh,
again.
you've missed me. Oh,
But of
I didn't
course.
think any of you really cared about me.
We do.
We cried for your departure, and we were so thankful for all the lovely flowers.
He goes, I'm just giving you shit. I watched the whole thing. It was very heartbreaking. I cried too, but I was dead, but I cried. And he's actually wearing some like really nice clothing for a goblin now. He's actually not wearing like a bunch of rags. He's actually wearing some nice garments, looking very clean and proper. Actually, got what little bit of hair he had up top slicked back, looking very clean. He goes, I do miss the days of running around with you, but I do say I like it here. I have a new job, you see. When Shar brought me here, we realized I am what they call here as unfaithful, as he does the quotation marks up by his head. So I really have nowhere to go, but I was lost and unaware of what to do here with myself, and Shar took me to meet Kellenvor himself, and he bestowed upon me a very intriguing job to guide souls to the City of Judgment. So I will take you there. Now, Zyron, he can point you in the right direction, but only I know where it is exactly.
Well, that is a very noble job, Gripply. I'm so happy for you.
He puts his hands behind him and begins strutting a little bit with a little bit of pride as he walks over to Karn, walks up to the wheel and looks at it. And he kind of looks at the heading that they're all facing in, grabs the wheel and tilts it like half an inch up, and the ship slightly turns over. And he goes, there. Keep that heading. Don't sway from it, or we'll lose it. The city is always moving, you see. Right now, I know exactly where it's at. Now, we were going to take some time to travel here. It's going to take us better half of a day. We cannot rush getting there. Everything moves very differently in this realm, especially for those who are still of the living persuasion, as it were. Kylie comes running up from under deck, and she looks around, kind of freaked out a little bit. She's like, oh, I didn't know we took off already. Oh, okay, it's a good thing we activated the shield when we did, huh? Oh, wow, this is something else, I tell you. It feels really different out here. Well, anyways, I wanted to let you captains know that everything is hooked up just fine now. In fact, you'll notice that if we need use of the cannons, that we will no longer need those rods anymore. She points towards the ones by the helm. She goes, those are basically obsolete. They're not really connected to anything anymore. But all the same, the soul gems that we've got, they've already been put to good use to power the engines and the shields and the weapons. And I think there's a couple other things we can do with it now at this point too. But we gotta wait to test them first. It's still only theory at this point. But all the same, I do believe that it's best that the rest of the crew stays here on the ship and below deck. I've heard rumors that being in this realm could cause mortal minds to go mad. AKA random people, mooks, people of lesser intelligence, they will lose their shit up here. So everybody else is going to stay below, and it's just on you guys to take in the sights from this point on. And you are now officially in the fugue room, and we're going to go ahead and end tonight's session there. And next week, when we decide to play again,
like uncomfortable. right now. It's
Yeah,
like,
and next week,
I'm in a city
when we
of
play again, we're going to be
judgment.
arriving at the City of Judgment. So,
Okay.
All right.
all right.
She's like,
So I want to thank you all very much for hanging out with us tonight. From half of the Chaotic Misfits, it's been fun, and we
Yeah.
appreciate you all being here. But I'm going to go ahead and sign out.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna
Okay, I'm
get
gonna end the
myself.
stream together.
Yeah.
that was funny. It's like, we're in the city of the undead.
All right. So we're gonna find. Hey. Of course, you show up right as we're ending D&D for the night. And oh shit. But how you doing? I hope you're doing. Yeah, you missed it. We were heading towards the city of judgment, which basically is in the fugue realm, where it's basically purgatory. It's not necessarily hell. It's purgatory. So, but we normally stream on Wednesdays and Thursdays, but yeah, Wednesday was just not in the cards. No, we're looking for an orb. So we're looking for that. I guess we're going to. I think we're gonna raid Evil Psycho Kitty. Yeah, we're gonna raid Evil Psycho Kitty. But yeah, I figured that you've talked with Mom. So
I kicked it to
yeah,
death.
I'm getting off. But
just to see if I could.
So, thank you everybody for being here tonight.
Now, granted, this
I hope
was
all of
a
y'all
bred
had
horse.
a great time being here
It
tonight.
was
and
not a
hearing all
wild
the,
caught horse,
the
and the
fun
Giga
stuff
was
and all
wild
the
caught.
frisky
It was
stuff
not
that
max
happened with
level.
everybody. But I hope all of y'all have a great rest of your evening. Make sure to take care of yourself.
I kicked it
drink
to death.
the water.
Well, thank you for.
Eat the food. Get some sleep. And I will see y'all next time. And as always, here is a boot for the road. And also, if nobody's told you today, you're loved, you're appreciated, and I'm proud of you. I hope all of y'all have a great rest of your evening, and I will see y'all laters. Good night.